Tonight, while you are unconscious, your brain will decide which parts of today deserve to survive. The face you saw this morning, a conversation you barely noticed, a sentence someone said, the sound of laughter from another room. Thousands of tiny moments entered your brain today. Tomorrow, some traces may be stronger, others will already be fading. And years from now, almost all of this day may be impossible to retrieve. Yet somewhere inside tonight's sleeping brain, parts of today's experience will be processed, reorganized, and strengthened. Not by pressing a biological save button. The truth is far stranger. Let's follow one completely ordinary day. You wake up, check your phone, make coffee, travel to work or school. Someone says something to you in passing. You seem happier lately. You smile. The conversation lasts 10 seconds. Then life continues. Hours later, you see hundreds of faces, read thousands of words, hear music, notice traffic, feel annoyed, laugh at something stupid, eat dinner, and eventually you go to bed. Your brain has been changing throughout all of it. When you experience something, patterns of activity across the brain begin representing different parts of that event. This initial process is often called memory encoding. The hippocampus, a structure deep within the brain, is especially important for rapidly forming many kinds of new episodic memories, memories involving events and experiences. But encoding is only the beginning. A newly formed memory is not necessarily a permanent memory. It can be fragile. It can interfere with other information. It can weaken. And then you fall asleep. Wait, what? Sleep is not simply a period when memory shuts down. It can be part of what allows memories to change. During sleep, your brain moves repeatedly through different stages. One particularly interesting period is slow-wave sleep, a deep stage of non-REM sleep characterized by large, synchronized patterns of neural activity. During this state, interactions between the hippocampus and regions of the cerebral cortex appear to contribute to memory consolidation. Consolidation refers to processes through which newly acquired information becomes more stable and integrated over time. And researchers have observed something remarkable. Patterns of neural activity associated with recent experiences can become active again during subsequent rest and sleep. This is often called memory reactivation or replay. Imagine learning a route through a new environment. Neural patterns involved while navigating can later reappear in compressed or reorganized forms. The brain isn't literally replaying a perfect movie of your day, but aspects of recent neural activity can recur. That is the first real WTF moment. While you are lying in darkness with no conscious memory of the room around you, parts of your brain may be reactivating patterns connected to things you experienced hours earlier. Experiments also suggest that sleep can strengthen certain newly learned information. People may perform better on some memory tasks after sleeping than after spending an equivalent period awake. Sleep appears to contribute to multiple forms of memory, although different kinds of learning can involve different sleep stages and mechanisms. But here's where the popular explanation becomes dangerous. You may hear that sleep is simply your brain pressing save. It isn't. Your brain is not a computer moving today's files into a permanent folder. Memories can be transformed, integrated with older knowledge, changed by later experiences. Some become easier to retrieve, others weaken. And scientists cannot look at every experience from your day and predict exactly which specific moments will remain with you 30 years from now. Memory is far too complex for that. Attention matters. Emotion matters. Repetition matters. Prior knowledge matters. What happens later matters. And forgetting matters too. That sounds wrong. Why would a brain designed to learn deliberately allow information to disappear? Because remembering everything would not necessarily be useful. Your brain encounters an overwhelming amount of information. The license plate of the car beside you, the exact shape of every cloud, every sentence from every advertisement, the precise position of every object on your desk. Most of it will never matter again. Forgetting helps prevent irrelevant information from endlessly competing for attention and retrieval. A useful memory system must preserve information, but it must also lose information. Another WTF moment. Forgetting isn't always the failure of memory. Sometimes it is part of what makes memory functional. Emotion complicates the story even further. Emotionally significant experiences are often remembered differently from neutral ones. Systems involving the amygdala can influence how emotional events are encoded and consolidated. Sleep may interact with these processes too, but emotional memory is not a perfect recording. A powerful memory can feel incredibly vivid while still containing inaccuracies. Emotion can strengthen aspects of an experience without turning your brain into a camera. Now return to that ordinary sentence from earlier. You seem happier lately. Maybe tonight it disappears into the enormous background of your life. Maybe you never consciously think about it again. Or perhaps something happens next month. You remember the sentence. Then again, next year. It becomes connected to a period when your life was changing. 10 years later, you still remember the person's face. Not every detail. Maybe not even the room. But you remember how the words made you feel. Meanwhile, hundreds of other conversations from the same week are gone. Why that one? Scientists can identify factors that influence memory. But there is no known mechanism that simply examines your entire day during sleep and consciously labels individual experiences. Keep, delete. Keep, delete. That is an analogy. Not how memory literally works. The reality is a dynamic biological process involving distributed networks, reactivation, synaptic change, interference, emotion, attention, and time. And perhaps that makes it more extraordinary. Your autobiography is not written once. It is continuously reconstructed. Every day gives your brain more material. Every night changes the conditions under which some of that material may persist. And most of the moments you are living right now will eventually become unreachable. The meal, the traffic, the random notification, the meaningless conversation, gone. Yet some tiny moment you barely noticed today could remain for decades. A face, a sentence, someone laughing, the way sunlight entered the room. You don't know which one, and neither does science. Maybe that's why ordinary days deserve more attention than we give them. You are constantly living through moments that could become part of the person you remember being. Tonight, you will close your eyes carrying an entire day with you. Tomorrow morning, your brain may already have changed what remains. If this made you think differently about the memories you're creating today, subscribe. Every single day, we uncover another hidden truth about reality, science, space, and the human mind. Because even when an ordinary day seems finished, somewhere inside you, its story may still be changing.